when a new building comes in from a ground up or whatever, they're required to submit site plans for a number of reasons, storm water, a bunch of stuff. But in our particular case, when we're looking at a site plan, we're looking at the orientation of the building, how the roads are laid out and everything, and that's important for when we're responding to an emergency. We want to make sure we can get our trucks close enough to the buildings where we can do any operation, whether it's going into a door to firefighter or getting on the roof for roof operations. We have to make sure that we get the fire trucks close enough. And then for the hose lay, we want to make sure we have fire hydrants in a location where we can grab a plug. We don't want to be grabbing a plug a mile away to get water to the building. So we make sure the fire hydrants are in place and all that, and the hose lay is going to be good. So along with reviewing the drilling drawing, we're looking at, again, one of the biggest things in a building is exits. Exits are the most important part of the building, not just sprinkler system, fire alarm systems, all that stuff put together, but the exits are the most important. One is it definitely for get people out of the building if there's something going on, but it also gives us access point to the building if we should we have to do an operation in the building, whether it's suppression or rescue or even EMS stuff. And some properties like a multi-family, they have multiple entry points, and of course they want security, so we require them to do a NOTS key switch. That way we can turn that switch. We have access into these doors without breaching. I mean, the last thing we want to do is go to breach a door, and now they have to replace that. They don't have any security anymore. So the egress also serves as access for firefighters responding to the building.
So the plan review process considers evacuation, but also access for all operations, EMS, fire,
sure.
All operations.
And the code pretty much covers. It's kind of behind the scenes, because the code requires so many exits. We're getting what we need anyway, and it's kind of trickled down. Okay, yeah, we will have access to a building, multiple access points or whatever. Once the site plan has been approved, the next process is to submit building plans for our review, and then the floor plan or the layout. And here, our primary role is making sure we're compliant with the codes, with exits, the sprinkler, this fire alarm. And once we do all of that, once we know everything is good, and then we will approve the building drawings, and then from there they're supposed to submit it to the other departments like the building department. And once the building department is done with that and they approve it, they get a building permit so they can start building the building. And then sometimes some buildings may require a separate submittal, like a fire alarm, sprinklers, IFC 510 radio systems. Those are deferred submittals, so there may be more reviews we have to do to the building for that. Because a lot of stuff we don't review some of the special systems that are required with the building plans. Those are separate submittals, separate contractors. So like I said, once they get the permit and they start building, pretty much the last phase is the inspection portion of that, or we have a new construction division that goes out there. They're looking up and making sure this building is going in per the plans.